and he urged voters to reject Nigel Farage's vision for the country, which he claimed would divide rather than unite. But the Justice Secretary Michael Gove, who wants to leave, insists Britain could be a progressive beacon outside the EU. Our political correspondent Ben Wright reports.
As referendum campaigning resumes following the death of Joe Cox, the Prime Minister praises the murdered MP for being Britain at its best, decent and compassionate. He cites her own pro-Remain view that the referendum is a moment of profound choice for the country. David Cameron focuses on three main arguments: that the economic cost of leaving the EU would leave the country permanently poorer. He argues Britain would suffer a permanent diminution in its standing in the world. And on the question of national identity, Mr Cameron appeals to voters to choose a tolerant, liberal country and names Nigel Farage as representing the alternative.
For the Leave campaign, Michael Gove urged people to vote for what he called democracy and hope, while Boris Johnson claimed hundreds of millions of people would be praying that Britain votes for change. Our political correspondent Tom Bateman has more details.
In the battle to secure wavering voters, Michael Gove appeals for confidence in a future country wholly run by elected MPs. People should vote for democracy and Britain should vote for hope, he says. The Justice Secretary suggests such a country could better weather economic storms and rejects the negative forecasts of a majority of economists, saying he doesn't think a Leave vote would lead to a recession.
2 church services will be held in Burstall in West Yorkshire this morning to remember Joe Cox. Thomas Mayer, who's accused of her murder, appeared in court in London yesterday and was remanded in custody. From Burstall, Dan Johnson.
In Burstall's marketplace, the ring of flowers laid in tribute to Joe Cox keeps growing. It's how local people have shown the world how much they respected their MP, the girl from the local grammar school who went on to represent them in Parliament. The Prime Minister and the Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn have added their tributes. And yesterday, Joe Cox's parents and her sister Kim came to say thank you for the sympathy and support. This morning, the local church will hold 2 services in memory of Joe. One traditional, one modern. Both remembering the life of a woman who was bright, bubbly and brimming with potential.
A fund set up in Joe Cox's name has raised more than £500,000 in one day. The total will be divided between 3 charities. Almost 20,000 people have donated. A man has been charged with rape after a 17-year-old girl was dragged out of a Pizza Hut restaurant and attacked. The assault happened in Epsom in Surrey on Friday night. A 32-year-old man will appear in court tomorrow. The former Archbishop of Canterbury, Dr Rowan Williams, says that Britain shouldn't turn a blind eye to refugees, and he's called on the government to allow more Syrians to settle in the UK. Rowan Williams, who chairs the charity Christian Aid, has criticised parts of the media for suggesting Britain is full and that refugees are a drain on the economy. Health unions have written to David Cameron urging the government not to scrap bursaries for nursing and midwifery in England. The government has said that replacing bursaries with loans will save around £800 million a year and will mean an extra 10,000 training places for nurses by 2020. But Janet Davis from the Royal College of Nursing said scrapping bursaries would deter people from applying.
We know that people come into nursing often later in their lives when they've had their children, when they've got a family, often after a caring experience. Some of those have already got a degree. They already have a debt from their first degree. Some of them have got mortgages. They're trying to get their children through school. To ask them to take out a loan is a bit of a step too far.
Police in Glasgow say a body found in a river is that of a missing woman, Kirsty Aitchison. Ms Aitchison, who was deaf, was last seen on a night out a week ago. The death is not being treated as suspicious. A 5-year-old boy who was attacked by a mountain lion in the US state of Colorado while playing in his garden has been saved by his mother. The woman grabbed one of the lion's paws and forced open its mouth. The boy suffered cuts to his face, head and neck. 2 lions were later shot dead in the area. The acclaimed Australian film director Paul Cox, whose work included Man of Flowers and My First Wife, has died at the age of 76. Cox was born in Holland but moved to Australia in 1965, releasing more than 20 films over a career spanning 4 decades.
Yeah.
Righty, we are joined again by Alice Nancy. She's going to give us a bit of a tunage. What are you going to start us off with?
I'm going to start off with one of my songs. It's called Flatlining.
Right, you have to say hello to one of your mates as well, didn't you?
I did actually. I actually completely forgot about my best friend, Maddie Stenberg. I forget she's actually a really talented musician because I just kind of think of her as part of me. So, shout out to her. She's incredible. Watch out for her. Big things coming from Maddie Stenberg.
Good stuff, man.
Sorry.
She's in our live land very surely. I'm just currently figuring out how to turn this little bit of noise off in the background. Bear with me.
It's alright.
I don't know where it's coming from, but I can hear it. So if I can hear it, that's not good. Bear with me a minute.
Sorted.
Right, sound, off you go, girl.
Days has never seemed like such a long time, but it's a drop in the ocean and I'm drowning in a puddle. When you realize that you're more alone than you thought, and you're reeling down, but there's no one there to catch you when you fall. I'm climbing a web and there's no way out. Which way is up? 'Cause I swear I'm heading down. Don't tell me it's gonna be okay. That won't keep the shadows at bay. That's no good. When cups of tea can't make everything better, and it's not just a case of feeling under the weather. I can't hide, but I don't care enough to fight. I'm stuck in a web and it's getting cold. I'm feeling weak and I've lost control. Why is it a problem if I stay here and disappear? It's no good. It's no good. And you didn't catch me. I thought you catch me when I fell down. 'Cause I'm flatlining, can't get up, I need to stop. And we're all flatlining till we drop, until we rot. I'm breaking a web and falling through the cracks till the falling stops and I land on my back. The fall was okay, 'cause at least I was scared. Now there's nothing there, I'm no good. I'm no good. And you didn't catch me, I thought you catch me when I fell.
Very nice indeed.
Oh, thank you.
Very nice indeed. I said to Alice before she come in, I said I was a little bit nervous because I've never heard anything that she'd done before. So I was going off the back of Cal Ruddy's fade really, but yeah, he made the right call. She knows her stuff. She's 18 years of age, well, only 18 years of age, I tell you what. You've got a bright future if you keep this up, girl.
Oh, cheers.
What are you going to do for us next?
A little bit more of an upbeat one, I think. This one is another one of mine. It's called Egg Cafe.
Egg Cafe?
Mm-hmm.
Take it away.
2 cups of tea in my cafe up the stairs in town. Just you and me. And you were hoping to bump into me again and ask if I was free, like you hadn't already been thinking of me. And you're so nice, much nicer than me, but I think you just see the best in people, and that's not always the best way to be. And you can call me cynical, but it's just the way I think. So I'll sit here and not say much and stare into my drink. But there's something in your smile and the way you look away from me when I catch your eye, and you lean across the table and you touch my hands, and I flash back to the other week on the field where we just sit and pull up grass and talk shit. And you said that I should never do that again, 'cause you think that I look great just how I am. But it's not that simple, is it, man? And there's something in the things you say, and I can tell you think you feel a spot when you look at me that way. And you sit a little closer and you put your arm around my shoulder and say, hey, you know I'm sad and you just want to help me in any way you can, and I can feel your eyes on my embarrassed and nervous smile. And you said that I can talk to you about absolutely anything, but the only thing I want to talk to you about is how I feel about him.
Amy MacDonald and Kate Nash. Very, very much so. We just had a little message here, I shall relay, from Samantha Colduck. Oh, cheers, dude. Sorry, not that one. that's the one she's just come back to me. She said, hey, dude, listen to Alice on your show. Sounding fabulous. Thank you both for being kind. And your kind words, by the way.
Oh,
well, you're
so
welcome,
sweet.
Samantha. You're welcome, man. We'll be very, very sad to see you go from the last reserves. I think you've done them a great service over the years.
Yeah, definitely.
Big time. Right, anyway, enough about you. What are you going to do for us next?
I think I'm going to do my cover next. This one, this is a cover of a Sex Pistols song.
Oh, right.
Called Pretty Vacant. So yeah, it's one of my favourite songs. Here we go.
Go ahead.
There's no point in asking, 'cause you get no reply. And just remember, I don't decide. There's no real reason, it's all too much. You'll always find us out to lunch. We're so pretty,